Welcome back students for Susie's biology. Hope you have enjoyed and satisfied with the previous session, and today let us complete the portion of biological classification. Keep watching, kindly subscribe to learn the next chapters creatively. So in the last class we have seen about the fungi. So the study of fungi is known as mycology, and the fungal body is called as mycelium, and the branches of mycelium together they are called as hyphae. And the reproduction is of three types, namely vegetative, asexual and sexual type. And next we will come to the classes of fungi. So the fungi is classified into four classes based on the morphology and reproductive structures. So they are classified into four types. So the first one is Phycomycetes. So the Phycomycetes, it is otherwise called as algal fungi or conjugation fungi, and they are mainly of saprophytic. That means they feed on dead and decayed organisms. They grow on dead and decayed organisms, and they are otherwise called as obligate parasites. And fragmentation is the common reproductive method. So here we have to remember the important members of this group. So the important members are Rhizopus, Mucor, Albigo, Phytoptera and Pythium. So in order to remember so I will give some tips. So just to remember the members of Phycomycetes, you can imagine in a colloquial way. So the Pythium, it can be read as Pythium in Tamil word. So you think or you imagine that all the members of the Phycomycetes, they are psycho. Instead of Phyco, you remember it as psycho. So who are all the psychos? Rhizopus, Mucor, Albigo and Phytoptera, all are Pythium. So they are come under the class Phycomycetes. And the second class is Ascomycetes. So they are famously known as sac fungi, and most of the members in this group are larger group and higher fungi, and they are known as sac fungi because of their appearance, and they are mostly coprophilous in nature. And there are also terrestrial saprophytes, decomposers and parasites, and along with that coprophilous fungi are present in this group. So the famous example of this group are Penicillium, Aspergillus, Claviceps and Neurospora. So how to remember this one? So imagine that all the four members, Penicillium, Aspergillus, Claviceps and Neurospora, they are hard workers and they are carrying a sac. And the next class is Basidiomycetes. So Basidiomycetes, it's otherwise called as club fungi. So because of their appearance, club fungi. And they are mostly of parasites and saprophytes, and most examples of these members are mushrooms and pore fungi, stinkhorns, birds nest fungi. So there are many important examples, and some of the important members are mostly mushrooms. So Agaricus pleurotus, so they are the edible mushrooms and they can be eaten, and this Amanita, it is non-edible and highly poisonous, and it is called as Caesar's mushroom. So how to remember this one? Imagine that all the mushrooms are having a club, and the club name is Basidiomycetes. And the fourth class is Deuteromycetes. So they are called as imperfect fungi, and they are least advanced fungi. So why they are called as imperfect fungi? Because there is no sexual reproduction in the life cycle. So they are known as imperfect fungi, and their famous examples are Alternaria, Colitotrichum and Fusarium. So all these three members, so try to remember that these three fungi, they are imperfect. So they are classified under Deuteromycetes. So the next kingdom is Plantae. So Plantae, they are eukaryotic and they contain chlorophyll, and they are called as photosynthetic organisms. And already we have seen that plant parasites. So they grow on other plants for their support and nutrition, and the famous examples are Cuscuta and Rafflesia. So you know Rafflesia is the largest flower. And this plant, they are arranged into 5 groups, namely algae, bryophytes, pteridophytes, gymnosperms and angiosperms. And the next kingdom is Animalia. So they are heterotrophic, eukaryotic and multicellular, and they have holozoic mode of nutrition, and the important point is they have embryological development. And next we will come to viruses. So the viruses are non-cellular and they are strict and obligate parasites. And viroids means they are free naked RNA lacking protein coat. And these are some of the viral diseases. So rat fever, mumps, smallpox, herpes, influenza, COVID-19, AIDS, rabies, swine flu. So all are caused by the virus. So they come under the viral diseases. And now let us see in detail about the virus. So in Latin, virus means toxin or poison. And the name virus was coined by Louis Pasteur, and the study of virus is known as virology. And this one is very important. So what is contagium vivum fluidum? So it is a famous word coined by Bejernek, M.W. Bejernek. He called virus as contagium vivum fluidum. It means it is an infectious living fluid. So only it is termed as contagium vivum fluidum. And the term viroids was discovered by Diener, T.O. Diener. He discovered the viroids. And what is meant by prions? Prions are infectious proteinaceous particles. They are termed as prions. And these are some of the characteristics of virus. So it is considered as the connecting link between living and non-living thing, that you all know. And next important thing is it is acellular. So they lack cytoplasm, ribosomes, nucleus or nucleoid. And the important point is they can be seen only under electron microscope. And they contain either DNA or RNA enclosed in a protein coat. And they are obligate parasites. And there are many shapes. So I have given some examples. So the spherical shape example is adenoviruses, and the rod shaped example is TMV, tobacco mosaic virus, and coiled shape beet yellow virus, and tadpole like structure. So it is called as bacteriophage. And the next example is smallest virus. So example for the smallest virus are parvovirus. So it is less than 20 nanometer long. And the example for largest virus is pox virus. It is up to 450 nanometer long. So this is very important. And next we will see the host. Host means the organism which gives place for the shelter. So who gives shelter for the virus, they are termed as host. So here I have written the viruses, the types of viruses, and the host who accommodates the viruses. So the animal viruses, where will they accommodate? So they will live in animal cell. So the host is animal cell. And for plant virus, the host is plant. And the bacteriophages means the virus which live in bacterial cell. And cyanophages means the host is blue-green algae. So the blue-green algae harbors the cyanophages. And the phycophages means the virus will live in algae. And the mycophages, mycophages means they will affect the fungal cell. And mycoplasmal viruses, they will affect the mycoplasma. So these are the different types of host and different types of virus. And the next, this is very important. So these are the viral diseases in animals. So swine flu, it is a viral disease and it is caused by the pathogen H1N1 flu virus. So it is very important and repeatedly asked question, H1N1 flu virus and H5N1 flu virus. So these two are very important. And swine flu, it is caused by H1N1 flu virus, and bird flu means avian flu. It is caused by H5N1 flu virus. And the next one is ranicate. It is also a viral disease. So the pathogen is Ebola virus, Newcastle disease virus. And foot and mouth disease. It is also a viral disease caused by picorna virus. So in order to remember, you can think like this. So picorna is in your chapel. Your chapel name is picorna. Like that you can create any new imaginations and can remember easily. And the rinderpest. It is also a viral disease, and the causative organism pathogen is morbilli virus. And next, viral diseases of man. So herpes, it is a viral disease. It is caused by varicella zoster. So varicella zoster causes herpes disease. And chikungunya, it is caused by alpha virus. AIDS, you all know that it is caused by human immunovirus, HIV. Rabies, it is caused by Lysa virus. And SARS, it is caused by coronavirus. And common cold, it is caused by rhinovirus. And these are some important viral diseases in plants. So turnip yellow mosaic, banana bunchy top, cauliflower mosaic disease, leaf curl of papaya, little leaf of brinjal, potato leaf roll. So all these things you have to remember. So you can think in your creative way. So the names are important. So they will twist like little curl of brinjal or little leaf of brinjal or little leaf of papaya. So how will you remember? So you have to link all the things. So always brinjal have little leaf. When you buy brinjal, you can see the little leaf along with it. So you can easily remember. And leaf curl of papaya. So papaya leaves always, papaya is having a curly hair. Like that you can remember. And cauliflower. So in your house, you are putting a tiles and it is of cauliflower design. Like that you can create anything in your own and remember all these names. So banana bunchy top. So in your garden you are having the plantain tree which is having a bunch of banana at the top. So banana bunchy top. So these are important viral diseases in plants. And next term is lichens. So in lichens, the word is coined by Theophrastus. So the two things are very important. So it is a symbiotic association between algal and fungal component. So the algal component is known as phycobiont and fungal component is known as mycobiont. Next we will come to plant kingdom. So the Linnaeus proposed the artificial system of classification. Who proposed the artificial system? Linnaeus proposed the artificial system of classification. And George Bentham and Joseph Dalton and Hooker proposed the natural system of classification. And there is one important system, that is phylogenetic system. It is based on evolutionary relationship. And the next one, taxonomy. It is divided into 3 types. So the computer data based analysis, it is termed as numerical taxonomy, whereas the cytological information based taxonomy is called as cytotaxonomy, and the biochemical constitution based taxonomy is known as chemotaxonomy. So the terms are important. And next we will come to one by one in the plant kingdom. So already we have seen that plants are arranged into 5 groups. So the first group is algae. Algae are autotrophic, thalloid in structure, and they are aquatic, either freshwater or marine water, and they are famously known as seaweeds. So here some examples are given. So according to their structure and appearance. So unicellular algae, example is Chlamydomonas, and colonial, that is in groups. So it is famous example is Volvox, and filamentous, the famous example is Ulothrix. And the next, reproduction of algae is by vegetative fragmentation. And the sexual methods of reproduction are of three types, namely isogamous, anisogamous and oogamous. Isogamous means fusion of similar gametes. So they are termed as isogamous, and whereas anisogamous means fusion of dissimilar gametes in size. So it is termed as anisogamous, and oogamous means fusion of male gamete and female gamete. So male will be small and female will be large. And the females are non-motile. So these are the different sexual mode of reproduction, and here are some examples of edible algae. So Porphyra, Sargassum and Laminaria. So they are edible algae. And now we will see the different classes of algae. So algae are also classified into many types based on the coloring pigments and storage form of food. So let us study about the examples and the different types of pigments present in it. So the first class of algae is chlorophysi. So chloro, that means it is green in color. So the name itself you can remember. So they are famously called as green algae. So what are the pigments present in this type of algae? So the pigments are chlorophyll A, chlorophyll B and carotenoids. And what is the reserve food present in this type of algae means starch is the reserve food, and the starch is stored in pyrenoids of the chloroplast. So this is very easy to remember. So the green algae, they contain chlorophyll A and B. What is the reserve food? Starch. So the examples of chlorophysi members are Chlamydomonas, Volvox and Ulothrix, Spirogera and Cara. So the next one is Phaeophysi. So Pheo means brown. So they are termed as brown algae, and they are massively present in groups. So they are known as kelps. That is, they are huge in size, and the mass of algae is known as kelps. K-E-L-P-S, kelps. And what are the pigments of this member? Chlorophyll A and C. So the main pigment is fucoxanthin. So this is very important to remember. So why the algae is brown in color means it is due to this special pigment, that is fucoxanthin. So what is the reserve food? Laminarin and mannitol is the reserve food. So how to remember this Phaeophysi, other name? So you try to imagine that Phaeophysi, so the algae, they are wearing brown colored dress. So the brown colored dress, it is due to that fucoxanthin pigment and the reserve food. So they went to a hotel and ordered two items to eat. So what are they? Laminarin and mannitol. So the Phaeophysi members, so they wearing a brown dress, they are going to a hotel and ordering. The reserve food is laminarin and mannitol. So what is that brown color is due to? It is due to the pigment fucoxanthin. So who are all the members went to that hotel by wearing brown dress means Ectocarpus, Laminaria and Fucus, Dictyota and Sargassum. And the next class is Rhodophysi. So they are famously known as red algae. Rhodo, red, you can easily remember. And the pigments are chlorophyll A and chlorophyll D. And one more point is, in Phaeophysi you can remember the pigment, that is they went to a hotel A0. So chlorophyll A and C, you remember it as AZ. So here the pigments are chlorophyll A and D. And the red color is due to the special pigment called phycoerythrin. And what is the reserve food here? Floridian starch. So the red algae, they prepared a food called Floridian starch. So the famous red dress wearing algae. So the Rhodophysi uniform is red in color. So all the members, Polysiphonia, Porphyra, Gracilaria, Gelidium, all are wearing a red dress, and they are preparing the food called Floridian starch. And next kingdom is, that is next division in plant kingdom is bryophytes, and bryophytes are considered as the amphibians of the plant kingdom. So the famous examples of bryophytes are liverworts and mosses. So liverworts are thalloid in structure, whereas mosses are erect like plants. And the plant body of the bryophytes is termed as gametophyte. And the sex organ, there are two sex organs. Male sex organs are called as antheridia, and female structures are known as archegonia. And the next division is pteridophytes. So the first terrestrial vascular cryptogams, they are known as first terrestrial vascular cryptogams. So the example for pteridophytes is horsetails and ferns. And the gymnosperms. So the next group of plant kingdom is gymnosperms. So they are non-flowering plants. So they are called as snake seeded plants, and the flowers and fruits are absent in this type. And sequoia, it is the tallest tree in gymnosperms. And the next important example is cycas plant. They shows coralloid roots. So coralloid root famous example is cycas with nitrogen fixing cyanobacteria, that is anabina. They are present in the roots of cycas plant. And pinus, they are having mycorrhizal roots. So these two things are important to remember. Coralloid root means cycas and mycorrhizal root means pinus. So the examples of this members gymnosperms are cycas, pinus, ginkgo and neetum. And the next last division is angiosperms. They are flowering plants and fruits are present here. And here it is divided into two main classes. You all know that dicotyledons and monocotyledons. So dicots means the famous features are they are having a taproot system, they are having two cotyledons, and penta or tetramerous flowers, that is the number of petals, either it may be 5 or 4. And the next one is monocots. They are having fibrous roots, they have single cotyledon and trimerous flowers, that is number of petals is 3. So the unique feature of angiosperms is double fertilization and triple fusion. Double fertilization results in the product called zygote, whereas triple fusion, it results in the primary endosperm nucleus, that is PEN, P-E-N, primary endosperm nucleus. And thank you for watching. Hope it will be very useful for you. And in the next class, we will deal with the chapter Morphology and Anatomy of Flowering Plants. Thank you, students, and kindly don't forget to share and subscribe if you like this way of teaching. Thank you.